Hi, my name is Eric Andrews-Katz, and I am the author of the Agent Buck 98 Adventure Series. The first Buck 98 book is The Jesus Injection, originally published by Bold Strokes Books in 2012. It was in 2011 that I attended my first Saints and Sinners Literary Festival. Saints and Sinners is held in New Orleans. At this festival, I sat down with a picture novel session, which I call speed dating for writers. I sat down with Greg Herron, who is an author of mystery series, and an editor with Bold Strokes Books. Joining us was Radcliffe, who is the president of Bold Strokes Books as well. Bold Strokes Books is one of the largest GLBT publishing houses in the United States and one of the top 5 largest in the world. We sat down and discussed the Jesus Injection. They liked what they heard and asked me to do a few rewrites. I went home, rewrote, and shortly resubmitted the Jesus Injection, which was accepted. I'm going to do a little reading from the book right now. The Jesus Injection at this point begins with Agent Buck 98 in Belgium. He is on vacation and on his way to dinner when he is accosted by a very large, very belligerent, very drunken drag queen. "I get mistaken for Anne Margaret," the drag queen called out, causing him to stop in mid-step. She threw her head back and let out a cackled cry of delight, cut off by a coughing jag. "Monsieur, don't rush off. I'll take a picture for you now. No, for your friend. Look around you. You are standing in front of one of the oldest buildings in all of Belgium. Look how each of the statues stare down as if they see you, as if they say, 'I know who you are.'" She gestured across the building, across the street. Her eyes grew large, and she pulled herself to her fullest height with a menacing speed. Buck jumped backward with surprise. The wet ground caused his shoe to slip, and he tripped off to the side before he was able to catch himself. Something flew past and struck the drag queen with a thud. Buck looked at the stunned expression and downward at the dagger's handle jutting out from between her fake breasts. She wavered, swaying before collapsing onto his chest. She was heavy, and Buck struggled to lay her down carefully. The wig spread out in a puddle like a red halo under her head. She coughed and raised her eyes, focusing on Buck. 3, 1, 4. She croaked out before a gunshot made her body jump and silent. Buck looked around quickly for any form of cover. He dove behind a set of stone stairs and pulled out his gun. He listened, but heard nothing aside from pedestrians yelling and running for cover. Slowly, he peered around the stairs and looked through the iron rails. The statue from in front of the Barber's Guild moved towards the dead body with great stealth and agility. The figure was covered in grayish-white makeup, and he must have been waiting there for some time without ever moving a muscle. He was naked except for a hat pulled low to hide his face and a pair of marble-covered shorts that did little to hide the well-defined body that wore them. Buck pulled out his camera and took photos of the statue, retrieving the knife from the drag queen's body. The statue looked up, and their eyes met. Statue raised his gun and fired 3 shots quickly in succession. Buck ducked behind the stairs. He crouched down, counted quickly, and sprang out from behind cover, gun raised and ready to shoot. After a hard landing on the pavement and a quick roll, Buck was in kneeling position, aiming and taking his shot. The figure immediately fell to the ground, unharmed, aimed in his direction, and fired 2 more shots before distant sirens were heard. Buck was about to return fire when he realized that being caught by the Belgian police may not be the best of ideas while on vacation. In the moment's hesitation, the marbled figure leapt to his feet and darted off. Agent Buck 98 stood, mumbling, and holstering his gun. "Now that statue," he said, looking after, "that statue has an ass you can chip a tooth on." Thank you. Some of the reviews that I have gotten for the Jesus Injection so far. One of them has been from John Recchi, who is the author of the book, the classic gay book, City of Night. He calls the Jesus Injection a hilarious, irreverent satire. The author Felice Bacano, the author of Like People in History and The Lord, has called it a fast-paced and readable book. The Jesus Injection is a character-driven mystery, and the last review that I have that I'll share comes from television's Little House on the Prairie, Nellie Olson, Allison Arngren, the New York Times bestseller. She says, "Meet the hero for the new century, Agent Buck 98, The Jesus Injection. If that title sounds strange and intriguing, you don't even know the half of it." Thank you very much. If you are interested in the Jesus Injection, the sequel, Balls and Chain, was released by Bold Strokes Books, November of 2014. For any other information or further information on my writing, I have samples of my short stories in 10 different anthologies, samples of both books, and my writing with the Seattle Gay News, where I do theater interviews and reviews. My website is my name, EricAndrews-Katz.com. Thank you very much.